On this mission, Barty and I think that it was a good idea to leave Nelson in some terrible conditions, heading up to even worse conditions up Derville, and chase some kingies and snapper in the ever deteriorating conditions. Added insult to injury, a 3-hour journey up there, plagued with wood in the water. Probably wasn't the best move. Friday afternoon, me and Barty have just launched at 2 o'clock in Port Nelson. The forecast was meant to be mint, so we're going to do a run up to Derville, go up Friday, come back Sunday. But coming around the port now, that wind's gotten right up. It's about 13, gusting to 16. And we were kind of just contemplating going to a Kiwi Bay. And in the end, we thought if it's bad out of here, it's going to be bad out of a Kiwi. We're just going for it. So we're going to head up to Derville now. Dan went up a couple of days ago, and just heaps and heaps of wood in the water. Hopefully, trying to avoid all that wood. So I'm just going to pick up Barty now and we're into it. Right, well, we just got up to our fishing spot. You guys probably seen on the camera how bad it is. From Nelson it was pretty bad. We were actually going to go to Pepin Island and pull the pin. We got to Pepin Island, it progressively calmed off. We got past there, then it started to pick up outside of a Kiwi again. Once we got to a Kiwi, added insult to injury, we had so much wood in the water. So me and Barty were just like sentinel mode, keeping an eye on and dodging logs all the way up. Came through Current Basin out the other side to the eastern side, and through the French Pass, and it wasn't great through there. We had a northeaster swell coming in, just went through the passage there, and that was shite. Came outside to the western side, and it's easily 2 meters coming in here. It's pretty brutal actually. We're going to have a fish here until dark and then head in, but that was exactly 3 hours for us to get to the spot. 3 hours, Barty. 92 litres later. That's a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Right, we're going to have a drift. I'm just recording on the GoPro too because I'm not getting out the other camera. We've only got a small window to drop for a snapper, so we're just going to get into it. If there's any action, I'll just film with the GoPro anyway. That's if it doesn't lock up on us. There you go. First fish. We're pretty much fishing for about 2 minutes and I hooked up to him. So he's not going back, we'll keep him. That's a good start. I think we've earned that after our 3-hour adventure up here. Jesus. We'll go again. Yeah, we'll go. We can go back over that spot. That swell is impressive. You guys might be able to see the boat in the background when we go through one of these big swells. But in the rough weather, the camera never does it justice. But it's pretty good actually, Barty. Hey. Yeah, no, definitely not Hoey weather. Hoey be on his little yodel chair. One snapper on, plenty of sign. Oh.
Quite small, eh?
Yeah. They might be Trev's. Barty's in. No, that doesn't look small. He's crouching over. He's doing the Barty crouch.
Trevally.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sure is.
Okay.
There's some giant ones in here, man. We just pulled up to the mooring and I just ikijin with that snapper and gutted it, put it on ice, and I didn't bring any burley, because we didn't really think we were going to try and get any bait fish. So I've just been chopping up all the guts and that and chucking that in. We'll see if we can't catch a mackerel, and we'll cook some tea and, I don't know, watch a movie or go to bed or something. Might have an early one. See what happens in the bait fish. What was your boating experience today, Barty? 3 bloody hours. Nothing else much happened to. Barty had a hook up with a tree and there were pretty big rollers coming in there, so it was not ideal, but we smashed through it with the old Senator, laps it all up, and hopefully we'll get some bait fish for some action. It's chilling down now, the temperature's dropped right down. Still pretty calm in here. You can still hear the waves on the beaches though, so it's still a little bit sloppy through here, but we're right up in first arm anyway, anchored up in here. Let's catch some bait fish.
Which one's mine? This one?
Whichever one you want, pal. Have you had that burger sauce before?
Is that the Big Mac? The Big Mac try hard stuff?
Yeah.
No.
You reckon it's try hard? It's
I don't know.
pretty good.
Pretty good. Done well, mate.
Freezing now, but we're having dinner, and I bought some fancy burgers that are pre-cooked and some burger buns and cheese and Shaneos's special burger sauce stuff. It's just gone 8 o'clock. It's chilled right down here now, but we're all rugged up in our Swazi gears. Another boat over there in the distance. No bait fish at all.
Someone forgot to bring the burley.
Yeah, well, I sort of purposely didn't bring the burley. Yeah, I kind of forgot the burley.
That's my live bait right there.
Have you got are you rigged up or anything?
No. I didn't think this was going to happen. But it's happening, they're right there.
Mackies have just turned up. Oh, what the hell is that?
I don't know, get the net.
I can't, you've got the net there.
Here
What
go.
is-
Oh,
what
it's
is
a
it?
massive one.
It's not, is it? What is it? A carwai.
Is it a carwai?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy moly. See, that's why you need the bigger hooks.
What the f is a carwai doing there?
Whoa.
Do we want him?
I don't know, do we?
Probably not, unless
It's
we're
not really what we wanted, was
unless
it?
we're GoPro.
Here's my
Are you unhooking him or are you just bloody
I don't know.
daydreaming? You know there's rod holders there, eh? Oh, that just went.
Why won't he get off that small hook?
What the? Did he get off and hook the top?
That was not good, was it?
Nah, that was awesome. That wasn't at all amateur. Oh, it's just here.
Oh, have you got it?
No, you lost your
Oh,
sinker
my
though.
sinker hit me in the head and went somewhere.
Yeah, if you pull it out gently,
Nah,
it should.
I'm hooked on something.
Oh, that's hooked there. That should come out of there.
Whoa.
And then if I bring him down,
Whoa, 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 whoa.
oh, that's a cluster.
Whoa.
What? Here, that one's hooked there. That one's hooked
Not
just on that bit of line there. How did you hook a carwai at 8:30 night? Classic Barty. Is it literally when you said, how did he not fall off that big thing? He literally just fell straight off.
Yeah, the sinker hit me in the head and I don't know where it went.
I was actually excited and thought you had a Mackie on, eh?
Me too.
I was jacked
Well, I
up.
wasn't expecting a carwai, that's for sure.
No one was expecting a carwai.
What another carwai?
Really? You want Mackies, not carwai.
I know.
Bartley.
Fucking carwai. Where are those Mackies gone? Why are they doing nothing?
We need some Mackies, Barty. Bring the Barty A game, please. It's 8:45. No Mackies as of yet. Barty's got a few carwais, massive school of carwai zooming around us, and we've got a seal feeding on them. So not much is happening. Dinner was awesome. We've just got all the bedding made up ready. So unless we catch some Mackies, oh, they huge school, eh? Are they running from him or feeding coming through? They must, look at that. Can you guys see that out the background? Holy hecka. You might be able to see them come through. Unless something exciting happens, we'll see in the morning. Definitely pretty sketchy, isn't it? Not good, dude.
No, well, they're breaking more than they were last night when we came in.
I know.
No doubt about it.
Right, team's just gone 6:20. I got us up half an hour earlier too, Barty.
What?
Well, I wanted, if that tide, you know how the tide changes earlier in the passage? I didn't want to get the wind against tide, so if we get on neutral, oh, at the moment it's outgoing. Oh, so we want to be going through now, up to the change. So team, yeah.
It will be light within half an hour.
We had our best night's sleep last night. It was so calm, the boat didn't rock or make any noises. We went to bed pretty early too, about 9:30, but we've woken now, and over the other side of the bay here, we can hear the waves breaking on the beach, and that is not good. It's louder this morning than it was last night, and there were 2 meters, if not bigger, waves coming through. When we were snapper fishing, down between the troughs of the waves, the next one was higher than the boat. But that was manageable, but with them breaking on the other side there, I want to get through the passage, because at the moment, it is an outgoing tide, and the wind and swell and tide are all in the same direction, but once it changes, it goes that way, so pressure waves through the passage, they get massive. So we want to get through there this morning, but hearing them all break over there, that's pretty sketchy. So at the moment, it's not really a good sign. But the forecast wasn't for any of this, and there wasn't meant to be any swell, so it's pretty bad. Let's see how we go. Well, we just made it into the passage. I came through the passage anyway. It wasn't too bad, was it, Barty? It was pretty. It wasn't great, as you probably saw from the camera coming up. There's still a massive swell, and it'd be easily 1.5 meters to 2 meter. But you've got the outgoing tide now this way, and the swell's going this way. Once the tide turns that way, you're not getting through Stephen's Passage. It's going to be brutal. You can see the waves and the swell maps, and I'll try and film that for you, just so you have an idea of how brutal Stephen's Passage can actually get. And to be fair, the forecast is not this at all. It's not, and we've got probably maybe a 12 knot sou'easter coming through here. So that's going to be impressive. I'm looking forward to filming it actually. In a couple of hours it won't be good. And it's pretty sloppy here, but that swell will disappear once that tide starts pushing. It'll just stop it coming through and do some massive pressure waves. But a little bit let down with the weather. We did decide, we pulled the pin on groper gear to start with, because once we sort of knew it was a bit choppy, we decided we just weren't going to bring any of that gear. So we'll have a go for kings this morning, and then this afternoon have a go from snappers, but I don't think we'll get back through the passage there, so we might be a bit stuffed for having a go for a snapper, so we might end up heading off early. We'll see how it goes. We're just cruising around, seeing if there's anything going on, waiting for the tide to change, and we watched a dude go through the passage, and I know the camera probably doesn't do it justice, but you saw how rough it was, and we're watching this knucker go through the passage, and it's behind this massive pressure wave, and there he goes up behind the wave. Now we can't see him. There he's up the other side of the wave, and I don't think the guy's got any concept of how the tides work here. So once that tide change, that is going to be pretty sketchy, if not really dangerous, coming back through that passage. So good luck to him, but mate, I think you better learn a little bit about the tides up here. And it's pretty brutal. I mean, I've probably got some footage somewhere I can show you of some of how rough it's been up here. But the cameras never do it any justice, and the camera on one trip, we couldn't keep that locked in place because it was so brutal. But 3 hours getting up here is shit. But we just had a Marmite scroll and a coffee, and we're just chilling out really. Just waiting for that tide to change. Would you want to go for a snapper Barty or not? We probably don't want to really now. We're right on the change. 3 minutes till low tide.
Wise move.
Yeah. Old mate that went through the passage has now turned around and come back. I'm surprised he got that far, Barty. They're easy 2 metres coming through there, which is soon to be 4 metres. Just gone 9 o'clock. Not much going on, not much bird sign, no kahawai. Barty's just chucking a spinner now, having to go for a kahawai. Is it target species?
God, I think.
Oh no. No sign along the bank for any kings, but it's all good. It's the beauty of owning a Senator. Can handle this shite weather and it's a stable platform and a reliable motor. Anything going on, Barty? They quite often sit in behind those rocks there as well. We're just like pretty limited today with this weather, but we thought we might actually end up going for, we were talking about going for John Dory. A couple of spots we've got for John Dory. We've never really made a big effort for Johnnies, so that could be an option, but I think still the spot we want to go, this easterly's coming through, so it'll be shit there as well. So pretty much we are screwed really.
Heat shakes. It's not big.
Oh yeah. Little red kingy.
Kings, yeah? You gonna do anything with it or nah?
Not really. I don't want to wet my gloves for that.
We'll just release it here, right?
Yeah, mate. Come on.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a real one. Oh, I got a real one, boy. Oh, can you go back up? Fuck, he's got me on the bottom. He's got me on the bottom.
That big, is he?
Definitely bigger though. Better one than the other one.
Yeah, slightly bigger. What's he? 12, 13?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm too old for this shit.
That's better. O'clock and the kingies are starting to show up.
Hey?
I'm talking to the camera, Craig.
Oh.
Barty's got about 3 now, and I just foul hooked a little juvenile baby one. But Barty's one was a good one, maybe 18, 20 kilo maybe. But a bit of sign showing up now. And we'll keep on having a jig and see if we can get some more kings.
It's got to be easy, doesn't it?
Well, as long as he's sending signals out. Chuck the livey out while we're potting around, trying to get out of the weather a bit. Nothing going on really, it's just gone 11 o'clock. We're deciding on what we're going to do. We just looked at the updated forecast. We use Predict Wind. A lot of people say Windy TY is better than Predict Wind, but Predict Wind runs on 6 satellite systems, and one of them is also what Windy TY uses. So Windy TY just runs on one of the 6 platforms that Predict Wind uses. So there's no point using Windy TY. You might as well use Predict Wind, which gives you a broader range. And I think Predict Wind and Windy TY is the European, what is it? I can't remember. European Centre of Medium Weather Forecast, which is the ECMWF weather forecast. But that's the main one I use is Predict Wind. And we just had a look today, and you can see out the background, the forecast today is actually saying 1.3 metre swell, maximum 5 knots. And it has not gone under 10 knots all day. And as you can probably see from the way the boat's shaking, it's really not. Oh, it's gotten a little bit better. The swell sort of died down a wee bit. But me and Barty are just trying to work out what our plan of attack's going to be. What do you just want to go for cod? Maybe try for a Johnny or something?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, tomorrow's forecast is not great. It's saying the same thing, 5 knots, or a couple of them are saying 20 knots. So it's pretty average, and I can't see that swell really dying that much, so we're probably going to bail today, and we might actually head home reasonably early. We might stick this out for let our morning tea settle, and then we might go and have another jig, and if there's nothing on the sounder for the kingies there, we might go and get some cod and just rock our way, or point hop our way back and get some table fish, and then beeline it home to Nelson. But the weatherman has really stuffed us again on this one. Any action? We've just come to try and catch some codsillas. I think it's gone, what was it, about 11:30, eh, Barty? I don't know, 11:30? And we just caught, Barty's got a massive cod. We're going to catch a couple cod, and then we might head out to another spot and go for a snapper. We're just going to see what it's like through the passage. And cod on.
What have you just picked up?
Did something just grab my cod? What? Well, I've got cod chasing. I've got a cod coming right up to the surface. Chasing this cod. I've got 2 cod at once. Have you? There was 3 following it up.
See this?
Oh, look how big he is! Something just ate my cod.
Yeah.
Something just ate my cod. It was getting him up.
He's alright, isn't he?
Yeah, he's good.
He's a good little cod.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh, I'm hooked in the car.
And I'm busted. Oh, I got him. Must have been a shark, eh? And the shark decided he was going to eat my cod. So I've been nubbed. Alright, restart. That was a brand new sunset crab. Lucanus, Barty.
That was probably the most productive
Bit of fishing we've had all day.
We never catch cod that quick.
Nah. Look how big those swells are. Whoa. Oh, that one's huge, dude. Check that out. I don't know if you guys could see how impressive that is. Oh, wow. Dude. Look at that. That is big. That would easily be 3 meters, that. Without a doubt. Now I've got to try and tie a knot in this. Great.
Not even worth me trying to get that.
Alright, Barty just landed our first snapper for the afternoon, and it's not a bad side. Side? It's not a bad size. So, fish on. We're a little bit more happier now. We were spiralling to serious fishing depression, but Barty's brought it back. How big do you reckon, pal?
Oh, he's just a little one, isn't he? 12, 13 pounds.
12, 13. I think we're sort of just going to do a last drift and make our way home. Forecasters, we're not sure what it's going to do tomorrow, but with the still this massive swell here, it's not worth risking it. But it turned out good in the end with a couple of nice snapper, so we're actually pretty happy. Hopefully we can catch a big one on the last drift. Oh. Jesus, mate, I'm surprised you didn't rip his jaw off. Barty was saying on the way out, he had someone else say to him a few trips back, we got all those big kingies, like what do we get, a 25 and a few 30s or something, eh? And everyone's like, well, a few people are saying to us, what do you do with all that meat? Well, we don't keep them. We're like, really? To be fair, yeah, we've got a pretty firm rule on the boat that no kingies over a metre. We just keep the one little eater, and to be fair, I've kept, I think, 2 kingies now in 3 years, is how many kingies we've actually kept. So we do not keep any of those big kingies. What are your thoughts on people keeping big kingies, Barty? Yeah, don't keep big kingies, I don't think. That's not cool. Put them back and let them grow bigger. But in the end, it's your life, do what you want. You want to keep them, keep them. Barty always wants to keep them. I'm having to tell him to put them back.
Not very often I get cast.
Done well today, champ. Do you want to go back up and do that run again?
No, we're still on the go though.
Oh, are we? We just need some reverse.
No, yeah, we're kind of trawling, aren't we?
Famous last drop.
That's not going to be the last drop.
It's probably not going to be the last drop now. We went up on a completely different sort of drift to get through the marks. I didn't even hit the bottom and I was in. And it was just that solid weight on the bottom. Pretty much like you've got a snag and you've got big head nods because they've got nowhere to go, and then they start heading wide. But we might have a proper fish on. Fingers crossed. I'll put the drag up, eh? Big time.
Still giving it to you though.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, I increased it by a few kilo. Those little fish I was catching, I keep saying to Barty they were real big, and they ended up being panties. You know, I checked my drag and I had it on Nana drag. It's definitely getting, oh yeah, we've got colour out the back there. He better be a proper fish. I made such an end. But he hasn't pulled a lot of line since, so.
He did at the start though.
He did at the start. Oh, he's not that big, I don't think. Oh, for God's sakes.
Did I get the bird as well?
Get the bird. Oh, okay. That's a good snapper, but it is not a 20 pounder. Is that bigger than your one, Barty?
No, you're about to find out, aren't you?
Yeah. No? I would have sworn that was a 20 pound to start with. I might have to do my drag up even more. God, but he looked like a proper fish, eh? At the start.
Yeah.
That's 65 centimetres. Well, we didn't have the camera running, we did another drift. And Barty's camera skills are, what'd you say, Barty? less than favourable. But after that, I managed to hook up. We managed to get a good one. What do you reckon he's going to be? 18? Maybe? There you go. So that's probably, are we going to call it quits on that one, Barty?
Yeah, I think so, mate.
Right, we're going to go. We might head up the coast and try and get our last couple of cod and then make a sandwich before I run home actually. So yeah, it's pretty good going. But there you go. That's our biggest snap for the day. We'll measure him. I would say he's probably about 18 pound. I'd say, give or take. But happy about that. Man, how many times do we pull out the bag at the end of the trip? We like I say, we've earned that fish. It's been pretty shitty up here. Actually, we've decided Barty's a better photographer than me. That's 75 centimetres. All good, pal? Barty's just packed all the fish. I made lunch. I made some sandwiches and some crackers for lunch. Barty's just packed down the fish and gutted all the cod. Remember with cod now, guys, that you cannot cut across their throat to bleed them. You can only cut straight down. So just cut straight down their gut line and bleed them and gut them that way. So do not go across the throat because MPI will do you for that. And you're saying, why would they do us for that? It's because if you chop their throat, you alter the length of them. And yes, don't whinge at me, I don't make up the rules. But it's just something to be aware of anyway. It's calmed off here down past Bottle Point, but still it's a little bit confused. See, it's all over the show. Still a little bit of a swell coming in. So hopefully it'll be quite a good run back to Nelson. So we'll see how that turns out for us. See heavy? Oh. That's a good. We're going to get a picture with that too. What do you reckon that weighs?
Oh. 30 kilo.
The wood coming through on the way home. We're just outside of Okiwi actually, and you do not want to be travelling at night. You've probably seen that. Barty just netted a giant 20 litre fuel drum. So we'll get a picture of him with that. And that'll go up next to the snapper and stuff. How long do you reckon? Oh, about a 50 centimetre. But the wood here is just, you've probably seen on the video, we have to stop down to an idle and just push our way through it. What a wicked trip, dude, eh? Yeah. It's been classic. Just with how much wood and everything going on.
That other plastic thing there.
The what?
That plastic thing on the surface over here.
Oh my god.
What's that?
Is that a float?
I don't know.
Looks like we might be on like sea cleanup. We're going to get some other white fluffy thing that's on the surface amongst all the wood.
Bird.
Oh, it's a dead bird.
Get it.
Yep. Well, that's a dead gannet. I don't think we'll pick him up, mate. So you can have him.
It's a good drum. It's only got a few holes in it.
Is it holy?
Yeah.
What, is someone biffed it over, or?
I don't know. It's weird how it's still got the cap and everything.
Maybe it's just flown off the back, has it? Do you want to do the finish off for the video?
No, I don't.
Why not? You should do one for once.
No.
Hi, I'm Craig. It's been a great weekend with some horrible weather.
Yeah.
We've had a ball. I just caught some snapper fish and it was rough as guts. I felt a little bit sick.
I was a little bit sick. I was surprised I didn't feel sick.
You don't normally get sick though, do you?
No, not a bit. If it's rolly like that, I can feel a bit sick sometimes.
What do you think the peak wave would have gone? 5 metres? Do you think we had a 5 metre up there?
Nah, not quite.
4?
Would have been 4.
Easy 4 metres. They weren't bad though,
Yeah.
but it was, it was a bit hard to fish with. Well, we just made it back into Nelson. Barty was gonna do the finishing off, then decided he didn't want to. Well, you just got to do like thanks everyone for watching. We appreciate all the support. Thanks to Swazi. Thanks to Shimano. Thanks to the captain who took us out and did some great driving and cooked delicious burgers. And
What did I do actually? What did I do?
you filled up the boat. Oh no, I did that. You did the dishes. Oh no, I did that. You did take us to a snapper spot where the snapper were, didn't you? Really? So you put us on the snapper. Well, it is nice to be back out of that weather anyway. It was pretty good coming back into Nelson, to be fair. It was pretty smooth water, and we were going with the swell, so it wasn't too bad. Still about a metre swell coming into Nelson, but it's trip cut short due to the weather because I think it's going to blow up tomorrow. So we will clean up tomorrow. Actually, we'll load the boat on, unpack most of the stuff, but then give it a clean up tomorrow. But once again, everyone, thanks for your support, thanks for watching the vlogs, and we'll see you next time.